محمد نبينا بنور هدينا من مكة.
So what's your COVID story? It was Sarah. Hi Sarah.
Hiya.
Thanks for doing this with us. Now Sarah is a young woman and she's got 2 little boys and converted to Islam a few years ago, didn't you, Sarah?
Yeah, I did.
So I want to ask you how it's been as a young Muslim woman during lockdown and looking after 2 little boys. How's it been for you?
It's been quite full on really because we've just been constantly at home.
Yeah.
We live, because in like the culture, Pakistani culture,
Yeah.
we live with the in-laws and stuff, so
Yeah.
our house is full of people.
All the time?
Yeah, about 10 people in our house, so we've all just been together, but it's been nice as well because we've all been constantly spending time with each other. Like my husband would usually be at work till late,
Yeah.
but now obviously he's been spending more time with the kids and everything, so that part of it's been nice.
Has it been furloughed?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is he back at work now?
He's going back next Monday.
Right. Okay. So has it been all right being together all that time?
We thought we'd argue a lot, but we actually haven't at all.
That's good.
So
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. What about the boys? How have they got on with it?
they've struggled not seeing my mum and dad, so grandma and grandpa. That's been a struggle. Like
Yeah.
obviously they live with my husband's parents, so
Yeah.
they get to see them all the time. But
Yeah.
then I think it's made them miss my mum and dad more. And then they struggled as well because when it got to the point that they could see him at the doorstep, they
Yeah.
couldn't understand why they couldn't hug them
Yeah.
and come inside, and they'd cry all the way home. Why can't we go in the house? So yeah, they definitely struggled with it a lot.
So just remind us how old they are and what the names are.
Yeah, so Isaac is 3,
Yeah.
and then Zidane's 1.5.
Oh, so they're dead little, aren't they? To be
Yeah.
able to understand, they won't understand what lockdown's been about, will they?
Yeah,
But you can see your mum and dad now, can't you?
yeah, we can, yeah.
Yeah, because they're upstairs now, aren't they? 'Cause
Yeah.
we can hear them
Can
playing.
hear the kids.
So during lockdown, it was Ramadan.
Yeah, it was.
So how did you observe that still as a young woman, and
I
how
think-
did you do? How did it affect your lifestyle? Not being
Yeah,
able to
I
do
think Ramadan was one of the hardest parts of lockdown because in Ramadan it's obviously all about Islam and practicing a lot, trying your best, and just doing like the best you can within the religion.
that.
And so the men in the family and stuff, every night they'd read what's called the Tarawih prayer, which is in Ramadan. It's every night, and usually they'd all go to mosque and then the women would read it at home while they're at mosque. But obviously all the mosques have been shut. They've only literally recently opened.
Yeah, right.
So they've had to read that at home, which was a bit sad for them because the whole part of Ramadan is all about mosque and getting together and
Yeah.
everything. And then obviously in Ramadan as well, we have family over to break the fast, and we couldn't
Yeah.
do that either. So
No.
we'd still sometimes send food on the doorstep, leave it on the doorstep
Oh.
and go, but it just wasn't the same.
No, but we went to breaking of the iftar, a community one, and we did it on Zoom. It was really, really
Yeah.
good. It was odd, but it
Yeah,
was
that
really
sounded
good.
nice.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was really bad for Eid as well because Eid is like, obviously we're all meant to be together after
Yeah.
Ramadan, so
So,
couldn't.
can you explain what Eid is, Sarah, for those that people
Yeah,
that don't
it's
know?
basically after Ramadan's over and you've done your fast and everything, it's like the celebration of after Ramadan, so
Yeah.
everyone gets together, eats just together, everything. There's a Eid prayer as well.
Yeah.
That's meant to be read in mosque. Again, they couldn't do that either. So that was really hard, and obviously no family came round, so it was literally just like a normal day for us.
So for people that live together, like in the culture that you live in, it's extremely more different, I guess, than other cultures, because it's all, a lot of it, as I understand, is about family, isn't it? And
Yeah, family is really important.
visiting. You say you've got 10 in your under one roof.
Yeah.
So things are beginning to ease now, and you'll be able to get out a little bit more. But when we were in lockdown, what did you use any technical stuff to keep in contact with your mum and dad?
We
or-
Zoom them almost every day.
Yeah.
The kids would always look forward to the Zoom call. Usually after the dinner before bedtime, they used to ring them. And my mum because my mum used to like reading them a story over
Yeah.
here when
Yeah.
they stayed over.
Yeah.
And my mum would just read them a story on Zoom before they went to bed.
Oh,
So they did enjoy that.
that's lovely.
Yeah.
So you just mentioned earlier about the mosques opening up. Have you been to mosque since it's opened?
We don't really go, but yeah, my husband's been to mosque because it's Jummah prayer on Fridays.
Yeah.
That's like a big thing as well. You shouldn't really ever miss that.
Yeah.
That's what they've been reading at home.
Yeah.
So they've finally gone back to doing that. But my husband's been saying that it is it's not the same still, because you have to bring you bring your own prayer mat, you have to wear a mask.
That's what I'm going to ask you about that. 'Cause we're looking at it in churches, so you bring your own prayer mat.
You wear a mask,
Yeah.
And it's like a prayer mat between people, so you can't be next to anyone, when usually like you're shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
And as well, they've got a limited number, so my father-in-law woke up a bit late last week, and he was going to read it, and he was there on time still. He had 5-10 minutes before it started, and they turned him away to say like, the mosque's full, sorry, you can't come.
Right, so is it first come, first served?
Yeah.
Right, so they're queuing up outside like we do
Yeah.
outside supermarket.
Yeah, so really the earlier you go, the better.
Oh, crikey. So we've been asking people when they get through tough times, or if there's any specific music that they go to. Have you got any music that you like listening to?
Yeah, I think throughout lockdown we've been listening to a lot of Naats, which is like Islamic kind of, it's put into a sort of song, but not a song, but it's like just, it's like Islamic words that just help you along. Like if you're feeling stressed, it really helps you when you're having a bad day and stuff, just to listen to that to calm you down, and they're really nice.
And that set to music, that sounds a bit like the Psalms in the Bible that people sing and that.
It's just like comforting too.
Right, so you listen to that.
Yeah.
That's lovely. I look forward to hearing a little bit of that. So we've been asking people about what their prayer requests are, and we put it on the end of the video. Have you got anything you'd like for people to pray about, Sarah?
Yeah, I think
lots of people from different faiths will watch this.
I think I've got a few. Sorry.
It's all right. Go on.
But yeah, one of them is my son's gonna start nursery in September, and
of course, yeah.
we've been to a few like meetings with the nursery and stuff, and they've been saying that they'll still have the little bubbles, so just 4 people he'll be able to play with. And I really don't know how he's gonna handle that, because he's never been to nursery or anything, but
right.
just hopefully he'll be fine going in there.
So for Isaac going to nursery.
Yeah, and then like my mum's just had an operation as well, so hoping that like she has a fast recovery, and my dad as well. My dad's been in a hospital as well, and around this time as well, it's scary in hospital. So it was hard for us not to go in and see him, but he's home now, so just hope they can both have a fast recovery.
Right, lovely. We'll put that on your prayer request.
Thank you.
And thanks, Sarah. Thanks for talking to us and just giving a little bit of insight into how life's been in lockdown for you.
محمد نبينا بنور هدينا من مكة حبيبي نور سطع المدينة من صلى صلاته وتحلى بصفاته يا بخت اللي في ظله ماشي يشفع له في مماته صلي على محمد